2020, I stand here getting ready to make a recipe that is one of my daughter's favorites. It is a mushroom risotto. So here are the ingredients that I will be using today. I have our heat on medium low. So to this, in our pan, I'm going to use some olive oil. It's a new bottle of olive oil. Let's see if I can crack it open. Extra virgin, organic. I'm going to use about a tablespoon and a half of this. And pop that behind me. Now I'm going to add in a tablespoon of vegan butter. Use a tablespoon of vegan butter to that. It's going to be a total of 4 tablespoons of vegan butter used in this recipe. So to our pan, we have a tablespoon and a half of extra virgin olive oil, and then we have a tablespoon of vegan butter. So now I'm going to go ahead and put in our onions, which is a whole medium onion diced. We're going to cut down our onions until they're translucent. But during this cooking process, I am going to add in 1 whole bay leaf. So I'm going to cook this for about 2 minutes. It smells really good. I am looking for a unique flavor, which is the reason why I added in that whole bay leaf, to give it an earthy taste. I love the taste of bay leaves. To our onion mixture, I'm going to go ahead and put in 3/4 of a cup of, I'm using parboiled white rice. I'm going to cook this for another 2 minutes to make sure that every grain of rice is coated with our extra virgin olive oil and our vegan butter. Now we're wanting to have our liquid that we're going to be making our risotto with, we're wanting to keep that good and hot. We do not want to incorporate cold liquids into our rice and onion mixture because it will take down the temperature of our cooking process. And to this now, I'm going to add actually 3 garlic cloves that have been minced. So our remaining ingredients that we will be using will be 1/2 cup of vegan Parmesan. I have 2 cups of spinach, rough chopped, and I have exactly 16 ounces of portobello mushrooms, baby bella mushrooms sliced. I have salt and pepper to taste. Okay, let's start ladling in the liquid. Our first ladle of liquid. I'm wanting to stir this consistently and constantly so that the rice can absorb in the liquid. Do not walk away from it. You have to mix this recipe the entire time to get the full effect of that creaminess and depth of flavor. So as the liquid is absorbed, then you ladle in your next ladle of liquid in until it's all incorporated. I bumped up my heat to a full medium from medium low for the rest of the cooking process until the liquid is absorbed, and then I will reduce the heat for the remaining of the cooking process. Our second ladle of liquid, I go ahead and incorporate the mushrooms in. About 3/4 of our mushrooms in, and 1/4 of them I will incorporate them in the last bit of our cooking process. As of liquids, I'm going to go ahead and introduce some cracked black pepper, about 1/2 teaspoon. And I will incorporate a pinch of sea salt. All of our liquids is in our risotto and has cooked down beautifully. About 20 minutes into the cooking process, I put the remainder of the mushrooms in because I wanted different textures of the mushrooms. So we're going to add in the remaining ingredients, which is going to be our Parmesan, which is going to make this really creamy and give it a depth of flavor. And I'm going to be using the remainder, the 3 tablespoons of our vegan butter. And it should be ice cold, and I'm wanting to dollop it in and mix to make sure it's incorporated after each of the tablespoons are entered into our risotto. Oh, this smells so good. Go ahead and put final in. Okay. Constantly mixing. This is going to thicken up our risotto even more. That cold vegan butter. So good. And finally, I'm going to just incorporate in our spinach, our rough chopped spinach. And while that is wilting, I'm going to go ahead and turn off our fire. And just the heat of the risotto will wilt our spinach. Okay, I'm going to plate this up and be right back. Our risotto is done. It looks amazing. It looks amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and have some. So creamy. The spinach is slightly wilted. You can taste the richness and the depth of flavor from the mushrooms. So good. So good. Wow. This is amazing. It takes some time. This is our longest recipe that I have presented to you. This 31 days of recipes. But it is worth every minute of it. It's rich, it's decadent, it is very flavorful. And see? So good, so good. So that does it for today's recipe. I will see you right here tomorrow for day 28 of our 31 days of recipes throughout the month of December. But until then, you know the drill. Peace.